like to dwell a bit on our school core values. So if you look at these core values, we tend to have these core values embedded in our school life on every single day and every single instance. So these core values are part of everyday life. They are inside the classroom, in the playground, outside, while we are mingling around with students, while the students are interacting with one another. And the very most important core value is family. Actually, I really hope from the bottom of my heart that our current parents already feel they are in a family, and our new parents already are sensing the feeling of family that we are trying to convey to all Al Mawakibis. And from this family core value comes all the rest of our core values. During the school hours and again in the school activities, extracurricular or curricular activities, we tend to teach students these core values. We teach them the sense of responsibility. How can we create leaders? How to be committed while doing their work at home, while doing their work in school, how to respect one another during the playground and inside their classrooms. We are a school, a multicultural school. We have more than 60 nationalities, and tolerance and acceptance they are one of the most important core values that we tend to teach to our kids. We want them to feel loved, respected, and accepted. So again, we highlight a lot our core values in school, and all these core values are shared with our students and all the school members. To move a bit more towards logistics, I want you to look at the school day breakdown. Let me start by saying something that is very important. The school day doesn't start at 7:50 for us, okay, and not for our students as well. The school day starts in the morning assembly, and I really need to highlight the importance of students being in school during the morning assembly. And you'd be wondering why. Morning assembly is just students lining up. For us, no, it's not just students lining up. In the morning assembly, and especially now a bit when the weather comes better and it's possible to spend like 10 minutes outside in the playground in the morning time, students showcase their talents. On a daily basis, we have a morning assembly program. Okay, grades 1 to 4. Students, they read the verses, they sing poetry, they do a small play, they perform a certain act. There is a lot for students to do in the morning assembly. And this is done between 7:40 and 7:50. Okay, so during this time, it is a really important and crucial time for students to be in school. Okay, I know that there might be a kind of traffic problem, and I know some of you might be coming from places that are outside Dubai, and also there is logistical problems. But please, I urge you to support us with students being in school early between 7:30 and 7:40. In addition to the morning assembly, the time the students spend in the morning is valuable because it's a time they are spending with their friends, and it's a time they're spending with all their teachers. They see their teachers in class, and they see some of their teachers during break duty, but all their teachers will be in the morning during the morning assembly. And it's an excellent time for the teachers and for the students to build healthy relationships. So please, I really urge you to support us in this area, okay? Believe me, having your child stand up in front of 200 or 300 students to perform something is a big deal, okay? It teaches them a great sense of responsibility, teaches them leadership, it makes them feel proud about themselves. And this is how much morning assembly is important to us. If we continue, you will look at the breakdown of the day. Definitely for parents of grade 1 and 2 who didn't join us yesterday, we have 2 breaks, okay? They are short breaks, while for grade 3 and grade 4, it's 1 long break. Just now, and due to first the humid weather, and due to the fact that you are still training students how to keep distance and how to follow safety procedures, students are not spending the whole break outside, okay? So they're spending part of the break inside, they eat and finish eating, sanitize, clean up, and then they leave to the break for grade 3, like for 20 to 25 minutes, and then back to class. Same for grade 4, and same in grades 1 and 2. First break, like grade 2 leave to the playground, grade 1 stay inside, the second break, grade 1 leave, and grade 2 stay inside. But later on, our target hopefully by October, to have them take whole breaks. Definitely, we always leave some time at the beginning and the end of the break for them to be ready. Like in grades 1 and 2, we give them 10 minutes to eat in class. Grade 3 and 4, they can manage, so they just leave directly to the break, and then they come in like 5 to 10 minutes early. Okay, so this is regarding the breakdown of the day. And regarding the sessions, it's clear how the day is divided. To move on from the school breakdown, we're going to talk about the year's breakdown. So the beginning and end of the year for all levels, it's the same. Yani all grade levels start on the same day and end the same day, unless we have a different instructions from the authorities. But if you look at the year breakdown, you notice that in grades 1 and 2, it's 3 terms, term 1, term 2, and term 3. In grades 3 and 4, it is different. It is 2 semesters, okay? For grade 1, 2, and 3, at the end of each term, they take a report card. For grade 3 and 4, they receive report cards twice. Okay, in semester 1, they receive a report card that includes semester 1 evaluation. What is semester 1 evaluation? It is the sum of all the work that the student has done during the semester, including recitations, readings, homework, formative assessments, in Arabic if they have listening tests, in English, in science if they do a kind of formative assessment project, in math as well. So this we call it semester evaluation, okay? Also they receive a semester 1 exam grade, which is separate, which is over 100. This semester 1 exam also, it depends whether it was a project or it was a summative exam, okay? In semester 2, it's the same. They receive a semester 2 evaluation and a semester 2 exam, or the final exam as we call it, okay? And they receive the report cards by the end of each semester. So if we're saying semester 1 ends in January 26th, so you should be receiving the report card end of January, maximum beginning first week of February. Okay, and that's regarding the year breakdown. Now let's talk more about class details and what the students are using inside the classroom. Definitely you have noticed for current parents that we started a new protocol, which is using the iPads, which is bring your own device. I want to assure you that iPad is a resource and it is not replacing the books for now. It's not. We are using both resources. We are using the online resource and the hard copy as well. So students will continue to write on the notebook. They will continue to use the books. Definitely at different levels, but all these resources will be used inside the classroom. The iPad usage is extremely important. First, it is not for playing games whatsoever. And definitely we are working with students on having them use the iPads responsibly. And this is where I go back to the core values to teach student responsibility. Okay, we are instructing them, we are doing orientation, we're showing videos to show them the proper usage of iPads. Okay, and so far things are going well and they are on the process of training, and the more we move on, the better things will be. Okay, so iPads are not for games, they are means of collaboration among students and among students and teachers. They are an excellent way where teacher can provide differentiated instruction for students. There is no size fits all, and this is something we agree on. Okay, so I totally understand that the book page is important, but the iPad provides a teacher with additional resources that she can assign to individual students based on their needs. Okay, so the iPads are an essential part of our daily school day. Okay, and some parents, I don't know if somebody didn't purchase the iPads yet, but I've been asked a lot about what iPads to purchase, and I tell you we don't have a preference. Okay, anything that suits your the needs and your budget, we're fine with everything. But we would ask one thing: please do not change the device. Yani once a student comes to class with a device, either an iPad or a laptop, please make sure not to switch every day a different device, simply because once he's in class, the passwords are saved on the Nearpod, on WordWall, on Learn Online. So anytime he does a change, then we have to do it all again. And for us, this is wasted time. Okay, we sent you circular earlier about what are the applications that we need you to upload on the iPads, okay, to download actually. So I hope you all received it and you've done accordingly. So there was Nearpod, WordWall, Padlet, quizzes, as I remember, and most importantly, Learn Online. Okay, because sometimes students open Learn Online to log to certain applications and links that the teacher have put on Learn Online. Okay, so this is regarding the iPads. Please make sure it is fully charged so it's easier for students to work during school and they would not miss anything. And if you are having any trouble with the iPads or if you have delays to provide your child with iPad, please keep us in the loop and let us know, okay? From iPads, we move to some subject tips. Certain coordinators wanted to share with you some important notes about their subjects. Definitely anything that comes up, it will be shared with you in a separate circular or in different means. So if we move, for example, to math. Math in all grade levels, as you see, is based on online resources and the, digital and hard copies as well. So students in class should have their, definitely aside from the iPad, their math volume 1 notebook. If you have 2, keep 1 at home. We need 1 only. And their files, math files. Okay, inside the math file, you will notice that student might have a white sheet and a file, and a transparent file. For us, this is, we call it the whiteboard, because during class, while the teacher is working with the students, this is an interactive way for them to answer. Okay, so they write on the whiteboard, they raise it up, they show it to the teacher, and in this way, she makes sure that everybody is on board. So the math file, please make sure it's always in the bag. Their material, you know now we're not allowing any sharing of material. So pencil, eraser, ruler, anything the teachers ask for. And in class, they will be using the digital resources always, and books sometimes, book pages sometimes, and their maths and notebook. Make sure that the book, again, is like the iPad. It is a different resource. Okay, so whatever is in the book is also on the online resources. So you will notice that sometimes the students are using the book, other times they are not. Sometimes the book pages are assigned as enrichment activity, and this point we're going to talk about it in a while. Okay, so this is regarding math. Regarding Islamic education, التربية الإسلامية، بالصف الثالث من أول ثاني ثالث في حصة واحدة أسبوعيا خصصت لتحفيظ القرآن الكريم يلي هي حصة تلاوة سيشن. أوكي، اوريدي نحن وزعنا كتب الصف الأول والثاني ملزمتي يلي هي مثل النوت بوك أو الدفتر للتربية الإسلامية. بالصفين الثالث والرابع وزعنا نوت بوك التربية الإسلامية. الكتب still we didn't receive من الوزارة. Once we have them, definitely we will distribute them on the spot. Okay. هلا بالنسبة لكتب التربية الإسلامية once you receive them, بس I want to note one thing. طبعا هي رح يصير الشغل على الكتاب والحلول والتطبيقات والتمرينات على كتاب التربية الإسلامية، بس كل الحلول المطلوبة للتربية الإسلامية بتلاقوها على البورتال، على اونلاين، على كورس الإسلاميك. يعني بحال الولد راح على البيت مش مكمل أو الخط لقيتوه مش واضح، you will find كل الحلول للأنشطة المطلوبة على موقع المدرسة. أوكي، وطبعا راح يكون في separate circular لمسابقة رايحين القرآن. هيدي مسابقة سنوية حتى خلال البانديميك ما وقفت. Can I have please parents mute? Okay. 1 second please. Okay. So I was saying بالنسبة لمسابقة رايحين القرآن طبعا رح يوصلكم separate circular قريبا بهيدي المسابقة، ونحن طبعا كثير نتمنى منكم تشجيع الطلاب للمشاركة. Again اللي بده يشارك بالمسابقة مش ضروري يكون يعني حافظ يعني حافظ كل شيء بتفاصيله لاخر دقيقه. نحن هيدا اللي عاملينه تشجيع للطلاب. سو بليز اي طالب بتحسوه حابب يشارك ما تقولوا له لا. يعني I know of course انتم كثير you support your kids and we do that. فنحن اي طالب بيشارك رح يتشجع، اي طالب بيشارك رح يتكرم بغض النظر شو كان مستوى مشاركته بهذه المسابقه. فطبعا انا ما عندي شك اكيد تشجيعكم رح يكون موجود. بالنسبه للغه العربيه طبعا بالصف الاول والثاني اذا في عنا اهل كمان جريد 1 and 2 نحن بلشنا اول اسبوعين وهلا كملنا ثالث اسبوع بمراجعه الحروف، مدود والحركات وبعض تراكيب الجمل بالصف الثاني. اما بالصف الثالث والرابع كمان مثل ما لاحظتوا انه نحن مبلشين كثير شغل على مهاره القراءه. عم بيستمعوا الطلاب لنصوص مسجله، عم بيسجلوا قراءتهم، يقرؤون جهرا، عم بيعملوا تقييم اقران، عم يسمعوا لبعض، لانه نحن كلنا متفقين انه اذا الولد ما حيكون عنده مهاره القراءه ما حيقدر يكفي بالمادي ولا حيقدر يكتسب المهارات الاخرى whether in English or in Arabic. So reading is essential and it is the starting point. That's why رح تحسوا كثير عم بيكون في شغل باول فتره. طبعا هيدا الشيء رح يكمل بس بيكون بنسب مختلفه، بس هلا كثير رح يكون في شغل على موضوع القراءه. فبليز قد ما فيكم تساعدونا and to support us. طلبنا already unofficially باول اسبوعين تسجيل لنص قراءه، طلبنا already بس هيدا كان unofficial يعني بس اول فتره لنشوف تقييم الاولاد ان جنرال. هلا انطلب كمان بس هذا بليز من كل الاولاد ضروري يعملوا تسجيل قراءه. بس لسهل عليكم في اهل سالوني عن كيفيه التسجيل. it is your own way اللي انتم بتلاقوها سهله. في على تليفونكم اب اسمها فويس ريكوردينج، بتقدروا تسجلوا عليها تبعتوها ايميل لحالكم and then you upload it. بتقدروا تسجلوا على الواتساب فويس والفويس ريكوردينج تعملوا لها ابلود. بتقدروا تسجلوا على اللابتوب وتعملوا ابلود، الطريقه اللي انتم بتناسبكم as long as we have the assignment submitted. هيدا السبمشن فولدر بيبقى موجود بقلب الكورس تبع العربي. You just add your submission بأي فورمات as long as it is properly recorded. وإذا وجدتوا أي technical error please let us know to support. أوكي؟ هذا بالنسبة للغة العربية. بالنسبة للغات الثانية for example social studies أو moral أو English أو science أو French. For now we only ask you just to follow the schedule for the students to have their books at this moment, to have their notebooks with them and أكيد iPad at all times. أي شيء subject related we need to communicate with you. Definitely we will be sending this to you in a separate circular. Okay. بالنسبة للweekly homework, weekly assignment, I'm sure هلا most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with the weekly assignment يلي انبعت on Thursday. This is how it's going to happen. On Thursday, you're going to receive it, upload it on the school calendar. على البورتال under calendar هتلاقوا weekly assignment. It will be a sheet like you're seeing on your screen. The first is the assignment that the student should be doing. Okay. The second part is my reading assignment هلا بحكي عنه والenrichment activity. To start with the weekly assignment. Okay. So on a daily basis, the student has to sit for one homework بس يلي مدته بين 20 to 30 minutes. I know student level might vary. يعني some student it might take them the 20 minutes. Some might take them 40 minutes. That's fine. As long as the student is doing them on their own and trying their best. And this is where, again, I will add the enrichment part comes in. So they will do the assignment this way. So if today is a Monday, today the student will sit and do what is under Tuesday. So he should come tomorrow on Tuesday with the homework done. On Tuesday, they have to do what's under Wednesday. Okay. The idea of this weekly homework is to give students the responsibility to sit on daily basis to do the assignment. Please do not have the student do everything on one day. Haram, this is not the target. We want the students to enjoy their weekend, really. It's a time for them to spend it with their families having fun. Akid, there will come times when they have to revise for something, maybe they need to do extra work, but as long as things are going well, please make them do the assignment as they are in the weekly homework on daily basis, just 20-30 minutes every day. In addition to the weekly assignment, let's add to it 10 to 15 minutes of reading. Reading is not a homework. Reading is a practice. It's a routine. It's something students do every day. Okay, they want to do it every other day. It depends on you, on the student's level, on how much students are interested in reading. So on the reading part, this is not a homework as much as it is a daily practice. The enrichment activities for now, they are optional. So if I find that my child needs more work in Arabic, then I will work on the Arabic. These ones will not be graded, they will not be checked by the teacher for you, but for your child, no, you can urge them and tell them. And if you think that your child is working on the enrichment activities, please tell us. We will make sure to note that and encourage them. So the enrichment activities for now, they are simply additional resources that will support you. But at a later stage, we might assign these enrichment activities for specific students. If I notice that I have a student who's still struggling in reading or in English, I might ask the parents that please make sure that the enrichment activities are done on weekly basis. Okay, this one we will communicate individually with parents. Okay, so this is the weekly homework. Do not skip ahead, because if you have the child sit for the whole weekly assignment on a Saturday, maybe what is required in English was not yet covered, or what is required in Arabic was not yet covered. So that's why please grade 3 are responsible enough to do the work. I know هلا بعدكم شايفينهم صغار, but practically no, they are grown ups and they can take responsibility. So if you just put this weekly homework on the fridge, in their room, on the closet, wherever, and ask them to follow it. Just give them 30 minutes every day, 1 hour, 40 minutes, it's your call to do the assignment. You only monitor the progress. I think this would be an excellent practice. To move on to an area that I'm sure everybody is wondering about, let me explain something that we've been doing since day one of school. We were doing something that is called DRI unit, DRI unit. What does DRI stand for? DRI stands for Diagnostic Reinforcement Introduction. So what we've been doing in the first 2 weeks, and it's continuing for this week as well, is to try to know where are the gaps that the students might be suffering from and address them accordingly. We know that we have gaps in certain areas due to the pandemic and due to students being on, off, online at times and the whole situation. So what we are doing is a diagnostic. If your child tells you that the teacher did an assessment for us, don't panic. It is a diagnostic assessment بالقراءة وبالكتابة, in Arabic, in math, in science, إملاء, in different areas. This is a diagnostic assessment and reinforcement. We diagnose, we do diagnosis, we see where are the gaps, we start to reinforce certain areas, and then we start introducing new topics. But this one is not, it can't happen overnight. It is a process, okay? We cannot start introducing new concepts unless we know that students or part of the gaps are filled in. So that's why in some areas you will find that the teacher is still doing revision. In other areas, in other subjects, you will notice that we already started with the curriculum. With the curriculum, I mean the grade level curriculum. So that's why this time of the year is extremely important. The knowledge that we collect from the diagnostic assessment will help us to adjust our teaching practices. It will help us look again at the curriculum, look at the lesson plans, and adjust them accordingly to what students need. Okay, and this same diagnostic DRI unit is what defines our assessment at a later stage. And then we will look at the data and we will see what are our students capable of doing. When are they able to sit for a summative exam or summative assessment? Exam, as you know, and assessment is not only test. Assessment is, your kids have been doing assessment since day one. As I said, diagnostic assessment, okay? They're doing formative assessment every single period. So these assessments are just to help us know how to support them. Okay, and please, this is very important. الغاية من الاسسمنت نشوف كيف فينا ندعم الطلاب، هيدا هدفنا. So when we assess them, we need to know how we can support them to reach a stage where we can really assess them in a summative way. Okay, so don't worry now about the assessments that are taking place. Don't feel that they are being bombarded with assessment. Actually, it's a collection of data to make sure that our students are doing progress. It's a collection of data to know where should we stop, when should we start again, where is the gap that can be filled in a short time, where is the gap that needs a long-term plan. So all of this is being collected during these days and throughout maybe the whole month, not only the first 2 weeks. Okay, so whatever approach we decide to take, whatever steps we take, is to make sure that our students, they sit for success. Okay, because the idea behind assessment is not to bombard the student, on the contrary, it's to help them progress and show them how to progress. In grade 3, you will start also receiving emails about standardized exams. Okay, in our school, maybe current parents already have an experience with that. We do MAP and CAT4. Let me explain the difference between them. First, who sits for what exam is not up to us. Actually, it's indicated by the authorities. They send us a letter telling us that this year MAP exam should be administered for grade 3 to grade 8. Okay, or they might ask us that MAP exam this year should start from grade 1. Okay, but as a school, we follow these guidelines and we add to these guidelines new students. Okay, we add to these guidelines also, we add new students to sit for these exams. MAP exam, which is an abbreviation for measure of academic performance, is a subject-based assessment in 3 subjects: English, math, and science. English is usually divided into 2 parts, the reading part and the grammar part, okay, that has to do with learning skills. The CAT4 is different. MAP, let me talk about MAP first, not to confuse you. So MAP exam, I said, it is subject-based, English, math, and science. It is done 3 times a year, okay, 3 times. Every term, we have winter, and we have the spring, and we have the fall, okay? That's for MAP. And it is shared with the parents. Yani whenever we get the results of the MAP, you will find them on the portal under external reports for each child. It's a detailed report with the child's score and the overall score and what is the target that he has to reach in order to be on grade level, and so on and so forth. This regarding MAP. CAT4 is different. CAT4 is a cognitive test. Okay, it's a cognitive abilities test. It is designed to help students and the teachers to understand how they learn. What are their academic potential? Yani it is different than, it's not subject. They call it's batters. Like one batter is for spatial, the other is for visual. Okay, so each one targets a different area for a student to see how the student learns best. You know, some students are visual, some are kinesthetic, some are auditory. So this CAT4, the cognitive test, will help you and us and the teacher identify how students learn best. And you might be surprised by the results of the CAT4 that really some students who are struggling in different areas, they score so well in CAT4 exams because it shows us which areas that we need to work on in order to help them achieve their full potential. Okay, so you will receive just a communication soon. I think the first thing that you might receive, just we are waiting again for the official, the authorities to send the official letter, MAP. Okay, and usually parents just ask us, what do we do? How do we study for MAP? Actually, MAP is a skill, English skill, like reading skills. In science, it's general skills. In math, it's skills that has to do with the subject areas. And I'll tell you how MAP works. Sometimes students who achieve well in MAP, it is, we call it adaptive exam. It adapts. So if a student is doing well, like a student of grade 3, the map starts with questions grade level, grade 3 level. And then it starts moving on and increasing the level and the advancement level. So if a student is answering and doing well on the map exam, he might reach a grade 3 student, the questions might reach grade 5 or 6. So, or else if the student is not doing well, the level of the exam might drop down to grade 2 or grade 1. Okay, this is how it works. It's adaptive. Okay, so that's why when you see a student sitting doing map exam, you rarely find one student having the same question as the other. Okay, that's how it works. In OCAT 4, it's different. It's the same set of questions, and then depending on what the answers of the student, they just the results are out. All the standardized exam results are shared with you as parents at any point in time. Okay. To carry on, I will just refer back to something I said earlier when we talked about the breakdown of the day, which is the early arrival to school. Aside from being punctual, and punctuality is part of having students feel responsible towards school. So the punctuality policy will reach you soon as a circular, and there are set of consequences for students who do not arrive on time. We definitely do not like to go there. We love students to be on school in time because this is good for them, not for any other reason. Because a student, during the first 10 minutes, like I'm at the gate outside, and sometimes parents come in at 8. For them, 8 is not late. I'm here at 8. But for us, aside from missing the morning assembly, the student missed 10 minutes of class. You know, the first 10 minutes of class, it's the most important part because the teacher is in. She is explaining her expectations to the student, asking them what is the plan of the session, asking them to put on the material they have to put, and starting off the lesson. So the student who comes in at 8 or 8:05, he will feel like he's lost in space because everybody's on track. They've all started working and he doesn't know what to do. So here we have two solutions. Either for the teacher to stop what she is doing and disrupt the other kids who were on time, which is not their fault because they were on time, and then repeat the instructions she have given the past 10 minutes, or the child will go in and start wandering around what he or she should do. And imagine this happens with 2 or 3 students. So the teacher has to stop every time somebody comes in to explain her expectations. And if you are a parent with a child who's arriving early to school, definitely it's not right. It's not fair for your child because it's not fair to disrupt him once and twice and 3 times because of a student who came late. Okay, so please, I want you to see it the way we see it. We totally understand the impact of the traffic. We totally understand the impact of the signal lights around us, you know, but please try to understand it from our perspective. Okay, it's really disrupting to have students come to class late. At a point, we might have to ask them to stay out in the first period if that was a repeated pattern. And then when the bell rings for the second period, they will join in. And this is also unfair for a child because I believe it's not their fault. Okay, so I'm really hoping for your cooperation in this area. And sure, I don't have to mention the part of students leaving early. It's not happening, and I hope it never happens, because also leaving early will impact their learning as they are missing a lot from their class. I'm talking to mostly grade 3 parents, so a student in grade 3 definitely would never love to miss a math, science, English, or whatever period he has to leave early or to come late. In case of absence, please make sure you provide us with a medical report. Once I share my email and you'll also receive a circular with all the heads of section emails. You can send the report to our email. Due to the circumstances and the severe protocols and guidelines, we can never accept a student in school being sick with a runny nose or sore throat or blocked nose without a medical report. At all, medical report or a negative PCR. Okay, I know some parents are getting frustrated when we call them in the middle of the day and tell them, please come pick your child. He has a runny nose or sore throat, or he's coughing or she's coughing. I know this is frustrating, but this is the safest way ever for any other student and for yourself as well. We cannot take risks. You know, we have a large number of students. We need to make sure that everyone is safe. So I really hope you understand us in this area as well. Safety procedures, definitely now everyone is aware of the safety procedures. With students, it's not easy as it seems, but with your support and with our continuous reminder, we're always urging students to keep their masks on at all times, sanitize their hands before they go to the break, after they come from the break, at all times, whenever they touch anything, never ever to share, and to keep 1 meter distance. I'm telling you, it's not being easy, and we need your support in this. It's not like we're scaring them, but they need to be responsible about that because it's their safety. I told them last time, I went to class and I talked to grade 3 in particular about how not following the safety procedure would not only affect them, it would affect their mom, their dad, their grandparents, their small baby at home, because it is not safe to remove the mask or to not sanitize your hand or to keep less than 1 distance between each other. Okay, so also we hope for your support. Students should always have their masks on, and an additional mask, please, because in case one mask gets dirty. Water and food at all times, because no canteen and they cannot share. For water, if you'd like to send 1 dirham coin additional in case the water bottle is, before they used to fill the water bottle from the water taps outside, but you know now these water taps are only for washing hands and not for drinking. So they need to have additional water in case they need to. Okay. The last point we will, I'll talk about today, or we're going to visit, is the school portal. The school portal is a rich place where you will find hopefully everything you need about the school: protocols, procedures, circulars, holidays, announcements, the calendar, exam. So now you receive 2 emails, okay? 1 email, parents' credentials, and the second email, your child credentials. Each child has a different credential. So parent credential, you can log into the portal using your credentials. And what do you find? You find, in addition to the calendar and the timetable and the exam schedule and everything, you will find also financial status and external reports. The external report is where you find the CAT4 and the MAP results. On the student's credential, in addition to also, again, the timetable and the calendar and the exam schedule, you will also find the Learn Online and some applications such as IXL and Aqra Bil Arabiya once they are activated. Okay, I think some of the current students can still use the IXL from last year's account, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, all will be activated for everyone anytime soon. That's regarding the school portal. I'll be sharing with you now a short video about the portal. I will just be doing it in a different way. I will share my screen so that I make sure everyone is is able to see the video. Please let me know if it wasn't clear. 1 second. So I hope you were all able to see the video. So I'll just repeat some important points about the portal. So at the top, after you log in on the right side, okay, you are going to see the announcements and notifications. On the left side, the home, where the tab for the timetable and the calendar and other messages from the school. Once you log into your account as parents, you will also be able to do re-registration and certain bookings for stuff. We have started sharing, also collecting information, for example, about the vaccine, which is also done over the portal. Okay, so let me resume. Okay. So this was regarding the school portal. Again, if you are facing any difficulties in the school portal, if anything is not clear, you can always get in touch with us, and we will make sure to help and support you. The last thing I would love to share is our social media accounts. We have Twitter and we have Instagram, and there is the iCampus mobile app that is really super easy. It will help a lot. On your mobile phone, just download it, iCampus mobile app, and you log in using your credential as parents. If you have 1 or 2 or 3 children, it will all be there, the timetable, the exam schedule, and everything. I would love to just note one thing. Sometimes if you open the weekly assignment from the app, I got some notes that it might look scrambled, the words are not clear. But once you open it from the laptop, it's different. I don't know if it's for everyone this way, but some have noted this, and I wanted to share it with you. Okay, and also here is my email address, and definitely this is my extension number, 920. Okay, also I'll be sharing on the chat. Let me write also. Soher, what's your extension again? 960. Okay, so this 960 also for Ms. Soher. Okay, and anyways, you will be receiving soon a circular with the times where you can meet with us. Good, I need to talk about meeting time, and with our emails and extensions, as we are always there to support and help. Meeting with teachers, again, due to the circumstances, we're not being able to do a huge and large meeting. We can always provide you with a progress report about your child at any time. You can send us an email or request it. We can fill a progress report detailed from the teacher. We just call you and give you the progress report. Or if there are any need to see a teacher due to any specific need, we'll definitely arrange that based on, again, rules and protocols. Okay, I want to end up by saying I want to thank you. I know كتير حكيت, but I had to. Okay, I hope in other meetings it will be more interactive. أكيد I always love to hear from you. We are here to support you. أي شيء بيصدر مش بدي أقول مش حلو أو بضايق الولد, I want you to know that مش مقصود. We are a family. We will continue to be a family. Everybody is on board. Teachers believe we are a family. We believe we are a family, and we will continue to support you and your child till the last minute. We are here to hear your complaints. أنا ما بدي أسميهم complaints. I'm here to listen to your thoughts. Let's put it this way. We are working hard to ensure safety and proper learning environment. صدقوني, having both is not easy, but we are always ready to support. So we really need your support كمان. Remember, all our children, we are mothers, we know, are coming from severe circumstances, but مثل ما بقولوا ايد وحدة ما بتزقف. Together, I'm sure شوية وقت things will be always back on track. We will make sure to share with you any new approaches or any new ideas that we have in the section. And please get in touch with us anytime you need, as we are always around. I'm waiting to see if you have any questions. I'm here for you. I'm ready to answer. If anything I can share in public, definitely I'll answer it. If not, we'll give you a call to answer your question. I will be waiting like for 5 to 10 minutes to take any questions you have. Let me thank you once again, and I hope this was really informative the way we wanted it to be. Welcome, Mr. Muhammad. Welcome. Thank you.